Welcome to our series of videos and articles entitled Finance Insights 101 for people new to the world of work and financial planning. Today, I'm going to provide you with a brief run-through of the different types of pension that may be available to you at various times in your life. We will cover the following areas: workplace pensions, including both defined contribution and defined benefit schemes, personal pensions, and the state pension. Let's start with workplace pensions, sometimes known as company or occupational pensions. Generally, both the employer and the employee have to contribute a certain minimum amount to the employee's pension each month, although contribution levels can vary from scheme to scheme. There are two main types of workplace pension schemes: money purchase schemes, also known as defined contribution schemes or simply DC schemes, and final or career average salary schemes, also known as defined benefit schemes or simply DB schemes. As you may accumulate several different workplace pensions through the various different employers that you have during your career, you may well end up with both types. So, how do the schemes differ? With a DC scheme, both you and your employer pay in a percentage of your salary, with the money being invested by the pension provider. The income you get in retirement is not guaranteed, but will depend on the contribution levels and the performance of the investments. Therefore, with such schemes, it is important to make sure that your investments perform well and in line with your expectations. With a DB pension scheme, you get a predefined income at retirement based on a formula linked to your length of service and your salary. The exact salary figure can vary, being based on either your salary at retirement or your average salary throughout your career. You may still have to pay contributions, but you do not run the investment risk, as the scheme and therefore your employer is responsible for ensuring that you receive the income due to you. Moving on to personal pensions. These work similarly to a DC workplace pension, in that the income that you receive in retirement depends on the contributions made and the performance of the investments within the pension. However, unlike a workplace pension, you, rather than your employer, choose the provider and the contribution levels. A personal pension is an important savings tool if a workplace scheme is not an option, or you want more choice and control over your savings. As with a DC workplace scheme, it is important to keep an eye on the underlying investments to ensure that they are performing as expected. Finally, the state pension is an income that you receive from the government once you reach the state retirement age, provided you have at least 10 years' worth of qualifying national insurance contributions or credits. The amount that you receive depends on the level at which the state pension is set by the government at the time that you retire, and the national insurance contributions that you make during your working life, with maximum benefits being received after 35 years of contributions or credits. However, whilst you cannot know exactly how much you will receive ahead of time, you do know that the government will pay you that pension for the rest of your life. I hope that you have found this video useful. If you wish to know more about workplace pensions, who is eligible, and the system under which most people join, please watch the separate video in this series on auto-enrollment. In addition, there is another video about the various ways in which you can access your pension benefits in retirement. Alternatively, should you wish to discuss anything covered in this video, I can be reached at the email shown on the screen.